Get in the car! Watch your step! All right, gotta move faster!
Kate and Tyler help some locals escape from an oncoming tornado barreling down towards a local motel in the sequel reboot to Twisters. So, Brad, Twisters is back after how many? 20, almost 30? Almost 30
yeah,
years?
almost 30 years, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Do you have a Twister nostalgia?
I do. I'm not going to lie. I remember going to see the first Twister in theaters in '96. It came out like around my birthday. It was like the first movie of the summer. And I remember the summer of '96 because that was the big summer. Everybody was waiting for Independence Day.
Oh, yep.
And Twister came out first. I was a big Helen Hunt fan because I love that show Mad About You. So seeing her on the big screen. So that's just, me.
Yeah, I had not seen Twister since I had seen it in the theater in 1996. So I did revisit it just before watching Twisters.
Okay.
And I have to say that just going back to that era of filmmaking, I really enjoyed. That cast is incredible beyond Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt.
Yeah, the ensemble is great.
Like Philip Seymour Hoffman, Todd Field, the director of Tar, is in that movie. Alan Ruck's in that film.
Alan Ruck is
I
in it.
love the crew. I love the look. I just love that era of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And we're in such a different era now in 2024.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. And I want to go to the director, Lee Isaac Chung. I mean, he directed this movie. I feel like watching Twisters that he feels like us. He has a nostalgia for the original movie.
He feels like you. He has like a nostalgia.
Yeah, he feels like me. But I do feel like, so him shooting this movie on film, I think gives it a bit of an aesthetic, a grit to it that kind of harkens back to that original era a little bit.
I think what's fascinating about that is when the original film came out in '96, it was the CGI that was the draw. Spielberg's coming off of Jurassic Park. He's like, we can do things with spectacle that we could not do before. Yeah. Let's make a tornado movie. And now we've seen all that spectacle. Yeah. We're drowning in that spectacle. Yeah. And what's special about Twisters is, hold on, actual film, not shot on digital, and it does look unique within the summer blockbuster landscape.
It does look unique. It feels like this movie is kind of masked as a romantic comedy to a degree.
I did not buy into the romance at all. I found actually Glenn Powell and his obsession with Daisy Edgar Jones in this movie totally baffling. Yeah. He is stalking her. Yeah. She doesn't want anything to do with him. She keeps telling him to go away, and he's just like, no, I'm going to follow you wherever you go. It's creepy.
It is, and I don't understand where that is kind of coming from, because when his character Tyler is introduced, he's like this YouTube influencer, and it's just like,
where it comes from, Bryan, is a fascination with post-frontier yeehaw America. I want nothing to do with it. It's weird. Like, he's not cool. He's trying way too hard. And like, I feel, this is going to sound a little mean. I love Glenn Powell. But I feel like it also represents Glenn Powell's trajectory right now. Hollywood's trying really hard to make this guy the guy. And he can do it. Yeah. But I don't know if he can do it in roles like this.
It feels a little put on, I think, a little bit with this. You know what? I kind of bought into it, though, a little bit. I mean, look, he's got that $1 million smile. I can't deny it. I mean,
no, don't fall for it.
I know.
I love Lee Isaac Chung, and I think this movie is staged beautifully. I think some of the set pieces are extremely thrilling.
Yeah.
but it's a little been there, done that for me, and I did not buy into the central relationship.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Watching the two movies back to back, and I realized the nostalgia that I do have for that original movies, and how more connected I feel with those characters as opposed to the set of characters that are in the new movie. It does feel like we've been there and done that, because it does feel a little beat by beat to the original movie.
It just cranked up a little.
A little
it's cranked
bit.
up just a little bit.
A little
the
bit cranked
opening
up.
of this film, where Daisy Edgar Jones is delivered her trauma, the way that
Yeah.
Helen Hunt was delivered her trauma in the
Yeah.
first film. That opening scene and the way that people are just picked out of the sky was scary.
That was.
Under that underpass.
Yeah.
When Leo Grand, I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy from Good Luck, Leo Grand, when he got sucked right off her body, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is
That was
scary.
thrilling. That was thrilling. What's your rating for this, though?
I love
with
the
those
cinematography. I can't stand the central relationship. I found it ultimately a tad boring. B-.
Yeah,
my thing.
it's teetering on like mid for me, plus or minus. I think I'm gonna go with you on minus, only because it just doesn't recapture the magic that I feel from the original one. Although I do like Glenn Powell, I like the cast. I don't think the relationships do work, but yeah, I have to go B- as well, unfortunately. So,
If you liked what you just saw,
then check us out on YouTube at PGC TV Online, and we'll see you at the movies.